Could we have a roll call of members?
Mr. Johnston, Mr. Francis, Mrs. Irwin Adams, Dr. Malloy,
Here.
Mr. Hoff, Mrs. McGinnis, Mr. Mignon, Mr. Greenwood, Mr. Cook.
I'd like to announce that prior to this meeting, we had an executive session to discuss personnel matters. Okay, at this time, we have a special presentation. Let's go up.
Good evening. At this time, I'd like to ask Tina Swineford to come forward. She is our Federal Program Special Projects Coordinator, for those of you that may not know Tina. She was recently named Pennsylvania 2023 AmeriCorps Award recipient for exemplary supporter of national service. Tina has served as the Pennsylvania Mountain Service Corps AmeriCorps host site supervisor for Altoona Area School District for 9 years. There are currently over 1,200 AmeriCorps host site supervisors across the state, and Tina was selected for this award by members and staff of Pennsylvania's AmeriCorps programs from among dozens of nominees. Tina oversees 5 to 10 AmeriCorps annually at Altoona Area School District, and members express appreciation for her excellence in that capacity. A current member, Kelsey Vaughn, who serves under Tina's leadership, expressed, quote, "Tina is always a tremendous help. I remember my first day when I joined the AmeriCorps team. Tina made me feel so welcome right from the start and thanked me for being part of something so wonderful. Tina is always so quick and helpful with her responses whenever we need help." She is, by all definitions, a gold star recruiter. Tina is always willing to meet with and share her recruitment strategies with other host sites and willing to present at any AmeriCorps training. She goes out of her way to support all of her members and to attend to their needs. She tells everyone she knows about AmeriCorps and the opportunities in the program. She has even recruited members from public sporting events. Tina has been an integral part of the success of the AmeriCorps program at the district and the support it provides our schools and our children. We are honored to recognize her here this evening. Congratulations. Before we take a picture, I also want to introduce Heather Kennedy. She is with the AmeriCorps team and was able to meet with us here tonight. Dr. Malloy, we're going to have you stay. One final recognition this evening. We want to recognize the recent certification accomplishment of Adam Kack, who is our Human Resource Director. He was recently granted status as a Pennsylvania Certified School Business Official by the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania Association of School Business Officials. In order to be granted the professional registration status, he has met high personal, ethical, and professional standards, which include formal education, experience, and continued education. Congratulations.
Okay. You know, we will have hearings from citizens, and I'm just going to briefly review our policy regarding hearing from citizens. First of all, citizens wishing to address the board are asked to clearly announce your name, address, and group affiliation if applicable. Public participants are expected to be residents or taxpayers of the Altoona Area School District or anyone representing a group in the community or school district, any district employee, or any district student. Your statement will be limited to 5 minutes. Please understand that you can only comment once on the same topic. Statements are to be directed to the board president. You are not to address or question school board directors individually. As school board president, I will conduct this meeting in that I will interpret or terminate a participant's statement when it's too lengthy, personally directed, abusive, obscene, or irrelevant. I may request an individual to leave the meeting if he or she does not observe reasonable decorum. If a person's conduct interferes with the progress of the meeting, he or she may be removed. And I reserve the right to call a recess or adjourn to another time if we do have a lack of public decorum. And I don't expect we'll have that tonight. I think we will listen to citizens. So at this time, if you would like to address the board, please come to the podium.
Hello, my name is Janae Forbes, running for the school board member. I'm an angry mother, concerned tax-paying resident, nursing student, most importantly, self-love and body positivity advocate and CEO of a nonprofit. If you are paying more attention or more concerned with what I'm wearing versus what I have to say, then that's a you problem. Are my shoulders being too exposed, that too much of a distraction for you? Are the holes in my jeans a distraction for you? Or is it the crop top I'm wearing? Reevaluate yourself. Trust me, the kids care more about logos and brands versus too much skin showing, or is the dress code for most of the predators that work for this district. We won't go there tonight though. You may not know my name because my name isn't associated with money in this city, or I'm not a star athlete, but you will hear me roar. First, it does not matter what party you choose to rock with. This is about the safety and education of our kids. This is about communication and transparency. I will not be remembered as the woman who kept her mouth shut. Bullying. I'm sure we all have either been bullied by someone or have never been bullied, I'm sure we have all either been bullied by someone or have bullied someone. Nothing can take away from the memories that children grow up with, the trauma, humiliation, and suffering that children endure. It's happening way too often in our schools. We don't want to keep hearing kids will be kids or kids will grow up and grow out of this. No. We want, as a community, to hear we will be making changes with our policy. We will be transparent about what is going on behind these maroon walls. We want to hear we will start communicating better with parents and people of this city. We want you to be held accountable for some of the kids that are being bullied because nothing is getting done. We want the names of the kids that took their lives to be honored. If any of these kids are like me when I was a child, my home life was not the greatest. And my highlight of the day was escaping to go to school, to escape away from hell, AKA home. Many families want to pull their children out of school and do cyber school. So as a taxpayer, what are my taxes even going to? Overpaid salaries for people not doing their jobs, or to the underpaid teachers who are tired and want to give up? I'd rather see some of my tax dollars go to better resources for mental health services because these kids are going through it. I have about 50 messages from people stating that their kids are being bullied by a teacher, parent, student, and nothing has been done by you. The school board is supposed to uphold many standards, and from the looks of it, you're failing miserably. My social media platform is about admitting to your faults, but growing and changing from them. And if I'm elected, best believe I will do my best to do all of the things that you are failing to do as a board. I'm not saying the board needs to take all responsibility because most of this is from home and lack of parenting, but it takes a village to raise kids, and these kids are in educators' care for more than 8 hours a day. We need to protect these kids better. Period. Speaking of protection, can we talk about the junior high school dance? The way it was handled, like I wasn't there, but the way it looked like it was handled from social media, and yes, we can blame social media, But if it wasn't for social media, half of, maybe even 90% of us would not have known about what happened. So I've seen many videos of said rowdiness at the school dance, but to me, it looked like kids were having fun. Like I said, I wasn't there and I'm thankful my kids weren't, but the way it was handled by the staff. So specifically last month, someone mentioned that they knew 95% of what goes on in these schools. So can someone please explain what happened that night at the dance and was the appropriate protocol taken? Because a lot of kids' life were kind of at risk outside on the road. Anyone have anything to say about that?
No, we don't respond to this such as, this is citizens' opportunity to present to us.
Okay, so we can't ask questions.
You would need to meet with administration if you would wish, call Mr. Hatch or the building principal to get a
Okay.
further explanation.
Okay,
If you
Okay.
just put your number on the sign-in list, I'd be happy to give you a call.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyone else wish to address us? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to the next part of the meeting. Number 4, we have a resolution of the Board of Directors, the Appalachia Intermediate Unit 8 General Budget for 23-24. Do we have a motion? Is there a second?
Second, Ron second.
Okay, questions? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Number 5, we have the minutes of the January 17th, 23 regular school board meeting, the February 6th, 23 committee of the whole meeting, the February 21st, 23 regular school board minutes, the March 6th, 23 committee of the whole. Do we have a motion on those minutes? Is there a second? Any comments or additions, corrections? Hearing none, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So moved. 6, finance. We have a list of payments. The list of payments are listed there. The payments for cafeteria, student activities, general fund, budget transfers 1 and 2. And we have do we have a motion regarding the list of payments? Is there a second? Any discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Financial reports. The financial reports listed. Also under that, we have the single audit services. We heard a presentation at our committee of the whole meeting from Dave Scott from Young Oaks Brown. We have D, a subscription renewal. E, pre-K counts. F, contracted services, is that? Okay, we have, okay, ESS for LPNs, that's pulled, right?
ESS for LPNs is full. Where's the substitute teacher contract?
So do we have a motion for those items? Is there a second?
Second.
Al seconds.
One clarification, F is full.
F is pulled. Do we have any discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying
I'm
aye.
sorry, may I interrupt?
Whoops, I'm sorry.
The ESS LPN contracted services is to add 2 LPNs for this year. And we do need this one approved. The one that's pulled is in personnel. This one we need to stay in and it needs to be included, please.
So that one is in.
Yes.
Okay, so who made the motion?
Mr. Francis and Mr. Mignon
Okay
seconded.
with adding that, Dave and Val?
Yes.
Okay, any discussion on those items? Hearing none, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, under policy, we have A, first policy reading. B, a final reading of a number of policies there. So do we have a motion on those items? Is there a second?
Second.
Second, discussion?
Yeah, just to clarify, we had a group of young ladies last month with the dress code. Has anything come of this yet, or are we gonna discuss it?
We met at the last policy committee meeting and for discussion, and we followed up today at the educational committee to look at the issues and the concerns that were brought up and how we want to have those addressed. We all agreed that it's a bigger conversation than the 15 minutes that we had remaining. So we are reconvening at the April policy committee meeting and making sure that Ms. Irwin Adams and Ms. McGinnis are available for that conversation, in addition to any other board members that would like. We also plan on meeting with that group of students to further discuss their concerns, as well as representatives from the high school.
You know, if I may add, the girls that gave the presentation is a very well presentation. And I was asked 3 questions, which was be submitted to the school newspaper. So all went well for that. So it's online on the school newspaper from, if anybody wants to see the questions and the answers on it.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, those in favor, respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, education has quite a few items. A is the revised 23-24 district calendar. B, the 2023 elementary school summer dates. C, a memorandum of understanding with Southern Alleghenies Workforce Development Board and the One Stop Vendors Adult Ed program. D, a cooperative agreement with Mount Aloysius for dual enrollment for 23-24. E, PDE dual credit grant. F, federal and state grants. G, pre-K counts funding. H, SAA VAS learning agreement for English grades 6 to 8. I, volunteer approval. I, volunteer approval. J, elementary field trips. K, secondary field trips. L, a new scholarship account. M, a doctoral study for approval. N, a conference for the Journalism Education Association. O, Mountain Lion Classic and Middle School Championship track meets. P, the Blair County Choral Festival for 2023. And last, Q, an expulsion request. So do we have a motion on all those items?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second? Discussion.
On the school district calendar, we don't really have many snow days built into the calendar anymore because we do virtual days. Any thought to pushing the start date back to give them an extra weekend in August? It seems like the weather's nicer in August than it is in June. And now we're finishing in May, but I don't know, like families might want to get that last weekend in, go camping or something. And we're starting school well before Labor Day.
The key with the calendar is to have it be aligned with all the other districts in the county and with the VOTEC. So our start date pretty much aligns across the county. Everyone in the county is starting on that Thursday, specifically because if we start a week later, now we've got 5 days that we are going to be in school where the kids aren't going to receive their CTC training, and it creates a problem with their hours for their ability to pull that off.
Can you explain that, the SAVIS learning agreement?
Yeah, this is the English adoption for grades 6 through 8. We did pilots this year that we had went over with our English department. We had 14 of our 20 teachers participate. So when we're looking at our curriculum for ELA in 6th through 8th grade, we have the reading workshop component, but we were lacking the English and conventions component for writing. So this would be an adoption for that portion of the curriculum to address the PA standards and eligible content.
Did the teachers find it successful this year?
They did. That's what they voted on. So we piloted 2 different programs. We had the teachers come together and make a recommendation, and this was their recommendation.
Okay.
You're welcome.
That's cool. Okay. Okay, any other discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Personnel. A is the personnel agenda. B, school psychologist stipend. C, school psychologist, the creation of a position for school psychologist. D, school psychologist rate increase, and I believe E is the one that's pulled right for the LPNs.
There's two attachments. Yeah, the first is for the substitutes, that stays, the contract stays, and the second piece is for the.
So this one we need to approve. Okay. This is subs. Okay. Do we have a motion on those items? Is there a second? Second discussion. Hearing none, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we need to do F, separation and release agreement. Do we have a motion on this?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? We're on seconds. Any discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 10 is the item that's pulled, A, agreement with Presley Ridge. And so under the 10 now, we have business operations. A is the transportation contract. B, the capital reserve list of payments. C, the capital projects list of payments. D, the repository bids. And E, request for proposals for Altoona area junior high school equipment. Do we have a motion on those items? Is there a second? Discussion.
Yes, I have one. At the junior high, is that all the equipment or certain out of order equipment?
Do you want me to respond? So it's primarily the cardio equipment. The weight machines are still in good working condition. However, the cardio equipment, which is now 14 to 15 years old, is out of warranty and out of repair. The majority of the machines at this point are in disrepair and not available for use. So the bid would be for primarily our elliptical machines, our treadmills, and our bike machines, which are the cardio equipment in the fitness room at the junior high school, which is utilized daily as part of our health and physical education curriculum. It's also utilized by our students in after school programs and open to all students that would like to engage in physical fitness, as well as our teams and other groups and faculty and staff that are able to come in before hours and after hours to utilize that facility. It's very heavily used.
So this is just to get an RFP to figure out what it would be.
RFP for with the bid specs that we put out for machine replacement. Yes.
Okay,
And the
any other
weightlifting
discussion?
is supervised, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So the after school program, obviously our health and phys ed classes are supervised. Our after school programs are supervised by staff, and then anything involving our teams or extracurricular programs are supervised by our coaches. And then our staff members obviously are able to utilize it at their own time and risk. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? So moved. Okay, and 11, now facilities maintenance. A, we have a high school roof change order. And that is the only item under that. So do we have a motion on that item? Ron, is there a second? Okay, Stephanie, second. Discussion?
Can you
Do
give
a
us some detail?
Can I give a point of clarification? One of the change orders is specifically for additional flashing over the pool area. Is that correct, Doug?
Yes, it's basically a strip of metal snaps down over the surround the metal membrane.
And that needed to be replaced instead of reused.
It's to maintain we had to increase the insulation on the main building roof and
And had to be replaced. And the other is a roof hatch. Can you go into the little detail about what the issue with the roof hatch?
Right. So the majority of our roof hatches, you have a straight up and down ladder that you go up, and then you have to unlock, push the hatch open, you crawl down the hatch. This new hatch is the latest OSHA standard for it, wherein there are essentially rails all the way around the opening. So as you crawl up, you're not kind of doing one of these things and pushing yourself out, but rather you can grab hold of the surround and pull yourself up and have something steady yourself that's more fully.
So the new hatch is for safety concerns and access to the roof by our personnel.
What is the size of this new metal edge over the pool roof area? I mean, it seems pretty pricey for.
Which probably, what, 200 feet?
I'd have to look, maybe more than 200 feet. It's probably height-wise, the part you'll be able to see will probably be 12 inches. But it goes around the entire section.
So I'm sure it's a non-corrosive stainless steel edging on there. So how is the roof project coming? Is it almost?
We've been stymied by weather. We were supposed to have a walkthrough last Wednesday. So we're still covering the roof. Couldn't do it. We're going to do it again this Wednesday. I understand that the Firestone roofing rep was here to do his warranty inspection Friday today.
And that warranty is how many years? Thank you. That's for a roof. That's a nice warranty.
And this is the roof hatch is associated with this roof?
Yes.
And how about on this building? Do we have the OSHA standards on this building's roof?
It's a little different on this building. The access to this building is through doors.
Okay.
As is the A building. So you walk out to a man.
And how about like the other schools? Is that something we're going to do? Start replacing the hatches?
Built that into the base drawing.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, under new business. Take the first two items. 1A is it's a retroactive approval of the use of the Logan Gym. And B, the election of IU8 board members. And we all have a ballot form with us. You have to complete those and give to Camilla.
And please make sure you sign it as well, please. Put a Y or an N next to each candidate and then make sure you sign it, please.
Okay.
Can I just ask a
It's the
question?
goldenrod. It's the goldenrod.
Or I guess we need a
Yep, we need a
motion
motion.
first.
We have a motion. We need a motion for those two items. Is there a second? Okay, now questions.
Okay, I just have a question. So this is for a 3-year term.
Mhm.
It doesn't align with people like you're going off the school board. So
December.
that was my question.
And it really doesn't align with anybody here.
Okay.
And I am presently representing the district on the IU board, and I brought that out, that my term ends in December, and I said the school board typically names people to committees in December. And if we were to name a new board member, their term would cover that 3-year period. And the board may want to do that, have a new board member appointed who can be there for the rest of this term. But we have to cover up to December.
Okay.
If anybody else would like to be there.
Are you
in my
willing,
place-
are you willing to do it past your term, I guess?
Well, you can't. You can't do it past your term.
Okay, so
You have to
you're
be a-
only going to be on there through December.
Well, and that's the IU's.
That's what I guess that
board
was my
policy.
question.
You have to be a member of a school board to be on the IU board.
Okay,
So once my term ends on
Then
the
we have to
Altoona School
appoint
Board, somebody from the Altoona School Board would need to be.
thank you for
representing us.
clarifying.
So
That's
for
a nice
anybody
board to be on.
running for school board, you
That's
may end
right,
up
there's
being
a
the person.
committee assignment. It's a great board to be on. Okay. Any other discussion or questions? So those in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the next one, a retirement. This is a retirement of somebody who's done a great job leading our school district. And I know you reach that point in your professional life, you say, okay, now I'm ready to do something else. So I think Dr. Priatel, you've reached that decision. So we have Dr. Priatel's retirement on our agenda. And his plan is to have this effective July 14th, 2023. Do we have a motion? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion? Okay, those in favor respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chuck, I can just say we're going to miss you. And if you ever get bored, you can certainly come to our board meetings.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciated the opportunity.
Okay, now we'll take committee chair reports. Hearing none. Board president's report. April? Sue?
And then we did have an education meeting prior to this meeting, and got a lot of information on testing data and things like that, and the amount of growth that the district has made, which I thought was a really positive reflection on our teachers in the school district, and our students for their hard work. So I think that's to be commended, and I think we're looking forward to seeing the next year's growth with the kids being able to be in school, and so our teachers and students are to be commended for the growth they made. And Haley and Brad both had mentioned they had showed some interesting sites that you're able to pull all that data up on, and they had mentioned that if any school board members or anybody else wants to see those, they'd be happy to show you how to pull that information up so you can kind of see the growth that was made.
Any handouts we'll be sending out to the entire board on Friday.
Okay. Board president's report. I have none. Superintendent's report.
I just want to thank everybody for the opportunity. This has been very exciting, to say the least. And I think we've gotten a lot done and made a lot of strong strides for improving education for kids. And I appreciate the support and the help that everyone has given me in making this 7 years possible.
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Ventry.
Good evening. I would like to take a moment to mention some current and upcoming events in the Altoona Area School District. Spring sports are picking up, so make sure to go out and show your support for Altoona track and field, baseball, softball, boys volleyball, and boys tennis. There is an array of events to attend, and we wish the best of luck to all athletes this season. Spring break is approaching, and students will have off school Friday, April 7th, Monday, April 10th, and Tuesday, April 11th. District offices will be closed on the 7th and open on the 10th and 11th. Upcoming in the high school performing arts department is the annual spring musical. The drama club will be presenting 42nd Street on April 13th, 14th, and 15th at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Tickets are $5 for students and $10 for adults. There will be a free senior citizens preview on April 12th at 7 p.m. as well. Also in the high school arts department is the AAHS Jazz Band concert, which will be held April 18th at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. I would like to congratulate Altoona journalism students for their recent awards. The AAHS Mountain Echo received the Silver High School Digital News Crown Award, and the junior high school received the Silver Middle School Digital News Crown Award from the Columbia Scholastic Press Association. High school journalism attended 2 days of workshops in New York, where Mrs. Wanda Vanish was voted onto Columbia University Advisors Board as vice president for a 2-year term. Congratulations to the entire journalism department. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent report. Okay, for information only, we have the Altoona Symphony Orchestra holiday performance. Let's see, that's passed, right? March 20th. Oh, next. Oh, okay. All right. Professional contract for information only. This was for Jennifer Cox. The name of change for one of our high school clubs, or the name change of one of our high school clubs. And that's for information only. Okay, other comments, employee union response. Middle management response. Okay, anybody have any other thing to bring up? Is there a motion for adjournment? Solicitor report, I passed you right over. Okay, do we have a motion for adjournment? Second? Those in favor? I